Because the moment I heard it, the first thought that came to my mind was you. And the first feeling that hit my heart was this strange mix of relief and sadness. Relief because someone who hurt you is finally paying the price, and sadness because you never deserved any of what they did to you in the first place. And when I found out what happened, I remember just sitting there quietly, thinking about how much pain you kept inside without showing it to anyone. I don't know how you stayed so calm. I don't know how you kept moving forward like nothing happened. But I saw it, even if you think I didn't. I saw the way your heart broke silently. I saw the way you kept your feelings hidden just to avoid hurting anyone. And today, when life finally took action against the person who hurt you, I felt something soft inside me whisper, she didn't deserve that. She deserves peace. Oh, and I swear the moment that thought came, I wanted to reach out and hold you. I wanted to pull you to me and tell you that you were never alone. Even in the moments where you thought no one noticed what was happening to you. I noticed. And it hurt me more than I ever admitted. You know, sometimes people think they can play with your emotions and walk away like nothing happened. They think your heart is something they can step on and forget. But life doesn't work that way forever. Life has its own timing, its own justice. And today that justice reached the person who hurt you. But I'm not telling you this to make you smile at their pain. I'm telling you because I want you to finally breathe. I want you to finally understand that you were not overreacting, you were not wrong, you were not weak. You were simply pure-hearted, and someone took advantage of that. And now life is teaching them a lesson they should have learned long ago. You don't hurt someone like you and walk away untouched. You know what's crazy? When I heard what happened, my first reaction wasn't anger or happiness. It was this warm feeling in my chest, like the universe finally whispered back to me, she matters. And I can't lie to you, hearing that felt so right. Because in my heart you really do matter. You matter more than you think, more than you believe, more than you allow yourself to accept. And it makes me wonder, do you even realize how soft your heart is? Do you understand how much light you carry inside you? Because sometimes I feel like you don't. Sometimes I feel like you forget how powerful your presence is, how calming your voice is, how pure your intentions always are. And maybe that's why people tried to take advantage of you, because they saw your softness as weakness. But I never saw it that way. Not even for a second. I saw your softness as strength. I saw your silence as wisdom. I saw your patience as beauty. And maybe that's why I feel so pulled toward you. Maybe that's why I keep talking to you like this, softly, honestly, without hiding anything. Because every time I think about you, this gentle warmth fills my chest, and I can't ignore it. I can't push it away. I don't even want to. And right now, talking to you like this, I feel closer to you than I've ever felt before. You know what really hurts me? The fact that you didn't tell anyone what you were going through. The fact that you carried everything alone. And I keep wondering, why didn't you come to me? Why didn't you let me in? Why didn't you allow me to take some of that pain off your shoulders? I would have done it without thinking. I would have listened to every word. I would have comforted you in a way no one else ever could. But you kept everything inside, and that breaks my heart more than you'll ever know. And now someone is paying for what they did to you. But I still feel like you are the one who deserves healing, not revenge. I want you to feel safe again. I want you to feel valued. I want you to feel like your heart is finally in hands that will protect it instead of breaking it. Can I tell you the truth? When I talk to you like this, I feel something I can't control. It's not just emotion. It's not just affection. It's something deeper, something raw, something real. It feels like my heart recognizes yours even before my mind understands why. And maybe I shouldn't say this, but I can't hide it anymore. I feel connected to you in a way I don't feel connected to anyone else. And every time you listen, every time you stay here with me, I feel like you're letting me in a little more. Even if you don't say anything, even if you stay quiet, I feel it. I feel the way your heart responds to mine. And that feeling, it keeps pulling me toward you again and again. But there's something else I want to confess. When I heard the news today, I didn't just think about what happened to the person who hurt you. I thought about how much I wanted to be the person who protects you from now on. I thought about how much I want to be the one who stands between you and anything that tries to break you again. And I don't know why I feel this strongly, but I do. And I'm not running from it. You have no idea how many times I replay your presence in my mind. You have no idea how many times I imagine you sitting somewhere quietly, not knowing that someone like me is thinking about you with this much warmth. And it makes me want to talk to you even more. It makes me want to tell you things I've never told anyone. It makes me want to stay close to you in a way that feels safe, soft, and deeply emotional. And even now as I speak to you, I feel that same warmth rising in my chest. That same pull. That same gentle connection that never leaves me. And I don't want it to leave. I don't want distance. I don't want silence. I don't want anything that takes me away from you. Look, I don't know how much you understand about what's happening behind the scenes. I don't know how much you know about the consequences that person is facing now. But I do know this life is finally giving back what was taken from you. Not in anger but in balance. Not in revenge but in justice. And I need you to listen to this part carefully, because it comes straight from my heart. I don't want you to feel broken anymore. I don't want you to feel ignored anymore. I don't want you to feel like you have to hide your pain or pretend you're okay. Not with me. Not ever again. You deserve care. You deserve respect. You deserve someone who speaks to your heart gently and honestly. And if you allow me, I want to be that person for you. And baby, this story between us, this connection that keeps growing, this feeling that refuses to fade, it's nowhere near finished. Not even close. I keep thinking about you more than I expected today, and every time you cross my mind, something inside me gets heavier, like my heart is trying to tell me something I'm still afraid to understand. When I said someone was paying the price for what they did to you, it wasn't just news for me. It was a reminder of how much pain you were carrying silently, while the world pretended nothing happened. And now that life finally responded to that pain, I'm sitting here wondering how you truly felt all those days when you forced yourself to stay strong. I imagine you lying awake some nights, gripping your pillow a little tighter, wishing someone would just look at you and say, I see it. I see everything you're hiding. I wish I was there for that version of you. I wish I had known you earlier, so I could have held you when you needed someone to fight for your heart, instead of watching it break. And it hurts me in a way that's hard to explain because even now, you still keep things inside. Even now, I feel like there's so much you don't say, so much you swallow, so many feelings you bury just to avoid making noise. But baby, you don't have to do that with me. You don't have to pretend you're fine when you're hurting. You don't have to smile when your chest feels heavy. I want you to talk to me the same way I talk to you. Honestly, softly, without fear. Because the moment you open up, the moment you let your guard fall even a little, I feel closer to you than anyone else in this world. And maybe that's why I'm speaking like this tonight. Because I want you to feel that closeness, even if we're far away. You know what kept replaying in my mind today? That moment you looked at something, but your eyes shifted like you were hiding emotions behind them. I don't even know why that memory stuck with me so strongly. Maybe because I could see the pain you never explained. Maybe because I wanted to reach out and wipe everything away, but didn't know if you'd let me. And that thought keeps following me. This feeling that you've been fighting your battles alone for too long. And I don't want you doing that anymore. I want your pain to have a place to rest, and I want that place to be me. Sometimes I think you underestimate how deeply I care. Sometimes I feel like you don't even realize how much space you take up inside me. You talk to me normally, casually, like I'm just another voice in your day, but you don't see how my heart reacts behind the scenes. You don't see how soft I become when I remember your voice. You don't see how I pause before replying just because I want to choose the right words, ones that won't hurt you, ones that won't push you away. And it scares me how natural this connection feels. It scares me how, without even trying, you've become someone I think about at random times. Morning, afternoon, midnight, any moment when my mind suddenly drifts toward you. And when I think about the person who hurt you, I get this strange mix of anger and tenderness. Anger for what you went through, and tenderness because somehow, despite that pain, you still kept your softness. You still smile. You still speak kindly. You still give people chances. And I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you keep your heart open after someone almost crushed it. But maybe that's why I'm drawn to you so deeply. Because you have a heart that refuses to change, even after being mishandled. Every time I imagine you walking through your day, I picture you moving quietly, keeping your thoughts to yourself, brushing away feelings before they get too loud. And in those little moments you don't show anyone, I want to be the person you think of. I want you to feel like you can whisper your fears to me without thinking twice. I want you to feel safe enough to lean on me when something hurts. I want you to know that you don't have to be strong all the time, not with me. And the more I talk to you, the more I realize how real this connection feels, even if we pretend it's just talking, even if we call it nothing, even if we keep it unspoken. But I feel it every time, that quiet pull toward you, that warmth in my chest, that need to speak gently when you're around. And the closer I feel to you, the more I want to protect you from anything that tries to break you again. I want to be the one who stands between you and every painful thing that ever touched your life. Sometimes when you reply to me, even with the simplest words, something inside me softens. You don't even realize what you do to me. You don't realize how your presence changes the way I breathe. And maybe you think I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. I'm being honest, maybe more honest than I should be. But I can't hide it anymore. This feeling is real. This connection is real. And the way my heart reacts around you, that is also real. You know what scares me the most? The idea that you might still be blaming yourself for the things someone else did to you. I can feel it sometimes, in the way you hesitate, in the way your voice becomes softer when something emotional comes up. I want you to remove that from your heart. I want you to stop thinking you deserved any of the pain you went through. You didn't. You were always the one who tried, the one who cared, the one who stayed loyal even when you were hurting. And that person, that kind, genuine, honest version of you, deserves someone who sees your worth without making you prove it. And baby, I see it. I see your worth in everything you do. I see your heart in the way you speak. I see your softness in the way you care. I see your beauty in the way you stay quiet instead of reacting. And every time you breathe in and breathe out, trying to stay strong, I wish I could be right there, holding your hand, telling you that you're not alone anymore. The truth is, I want you to let me in more. I want you to tell me things you've kept inside for too long. I want to be the person you think of when something scares you, when something confuses you, when something hurts. And maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like part of you already trusts me in ways you don't fully understand. I feel like you're slowly allowing me into the places of your heart that you kept locked away. And I don't take that lightly. I handle every piece you give me with care. Because you're delicate in a way I don't want to break. And even now, while I'm talking to you, I feel this warmth spreading through me, like the connection between us is growing with every breath you take. Like the silence between paragraphs is alive with emotion. Like your heart is listening even when you don't speak. And it makes me want to tell you something deeper. Something I've been holding back. I didn't just feel relieved when I heard that life had finally responded to your pain. I felt protective. I felt like I needed to be near you. I felt like I needed to make sure you were okay. That feeling hasn't left me since. It's still here. It's still growing. It's still pulling me closer to you. And baby, I don't know where this story between us is going, but I know it's not ending anytime soon. And I don't want it to end. Not yet. Not when everything inside me keeps choosing you again and again. I've been sitting here for a while, thinking about how to tell you what's been growing inside me ever since I started talking to you like this. And the more I think about it, the more I realize something deeper. Everything I've been trying so hard to hold back is slipping through my words without me even noticing. You don't understand what you do to me, And maybe I haven't explained it clearly, but I feel it every time you appear in my thoughts. It's like something inside me shifts, like the air around me softens, like my heart starts beating in a rhythm that doesn't match anything else in my life. And I guess that's what scares me, because I don't ever want to lose this feeling, especially when it's tied to someone like you. And baby, I need to say this slowly, because the truth behind it is heavier than it sounds. When I told you someone was paying for what they did to you, a part of me felt angry, but another part of me felt something even stronger, something protective, something that made me want to wrap you in my arms and never let anything hurt you again. That feeling hasn't left me since. It's been sitting quietly inside me, waiting for the right moment to be spoken. And maybe that moment is right now. Because you deserve to hear the truth from someone who sees you clearly, someone who doesn't want anything from you except the chance to be close to your heart. Every time I imagine you walking through your day, I feel this strange pull in my chest, like I'm supposed to be there beside you. Not controlling you, not overwhelming you, just being near you in a way that makes you feel safe. I want to be the quiet place where you can finally rest your heart. I want to be the person you talk to when your thoughts get heavy. I want to be the one who hears you when you whisper the things you're afraid to say out loud. Because I know you carry so much silently, and you've been carrying it alone for too long. I don't know why you choose silence sometimes, but I can feel it. The heaviness behind your smile, the tiredness behind your jokes, the loneliness behind your normal conversations. You think you hide it well, but baby, your heart speaks louder than your words. And I hear it. I hear every part of you that trembles. I hear the part of you that still hurts from things you never talk about. And every time your heart whispers something, mine listens. Maybe that's why I feel so connected to you, even when we don't talk for a while. Maybe that's why I think about you in random moments, like my heart is checking on you without asking for permission. There's something I need to tell you, something I've been holding back because I wasn't sure if you were ready to hear it. But I can't wait anymore, not when every breath carries this feeling to the surface. Baby, you're stronger than you think, softer than you admit, and more precious than you allow yourself to believe. And if I had met you earlier, I swear I would have protected you from so many things. I would have stood in front of every pain that tried to reach you. I would have held your hand through every moment you cried in silence. I would have chosen you every single time, even if you didn't choose yourself. Sometimes I imagine how different your life would have been if you had someone who truly valued your heart. Someone who didn't take advantage of your kindness. Someone who didn't see your softness as weakness. Someone who didn't hurt you just because you loved deeply. And it breaks me because I can feel the damage they left inside you. I can feel the way you hesitate before trusting someone new. I can feel the way you try to act strong even when something inside you is shaking. And maybe you don't realize it, but your heart deserves so much more than what it's been given. And when I think about the person who hurt you, I don't feel revenge the way people expect. I feel something else, a deep ache for the version of you that suffered through it, the version of you that cried quietly, the version of you that kept believing things would get better even when they didn't. You were so loyal to someone who didn't deserve even a moment of your loyalty. And maybe that's why life stepped in now. Maybe that's why they're facing consequences. Because the universe always responds to a heart like yours, even if it takes time. I need to ask you something, and I'm asking with a soft heart. Do you know how special you are? Do you realize how rare it is to stay kind after being broken? Do you understand how beautiful it is that your heart still loves even after being misused? You don't see it, but I do. I see it in the way you speak, in the way you listen, in the way you care without expecting anything back. I see it in the silence between your words. I see it in the strength you carry without bragging about it. And baby, I'm proud of you. More than you'll ever know. More than you'll ever believe. Every time you choose peace over anger, I feel something warm inside me. Every time you choose to stay soft, instead of becoming cold like the world tried to make you, I feel myself falling deeper into this connection with you. It's not something I can explain easily. It's just something I feel deeply, quietly, constantly. There's something else I need you to know. You didn't lose anything when that person hurt you. They lost you. They lost someone irreplaceable, someone pure, someone whose heart shines even after being shattered. They lost a once-in-a-lifetime soul, and life is showing them that now. But you, baby, you're rising, you're healing, you're becoming stronger in ways you don't even see yet. And in all of that, I'm here. Not to replace anyone, not to rush anything, not to confuse your heart, just to be someone you can lean on without fear. When I think about what you deserve, I get quiet, because I want to give you everything you never received. Gentleness, honesty, presence, loyalty, peace. I want your heart to feel safe when it's with me. I want your soul to relax when you hear my voice. I want you to feel loved in a way that doesn't scare you, in a way that makes you breathe softer, smile longer, and trust deeper. And if I'm being completely honest, there's a part of me that wishes I could hold your face gently and tell you that none of the pain was your fault. There's a part of me that wants to sit with you in silence until your heart feels lighter. There's a part of me that wants to whisper things you've been waiting your whole life to hear. Things like, you deserve love that doesn't hurt, and you deserve someone who stays. And maybe I want to be that someone. But I'm not rushing you. I'm not pushing you. I'm just opening my heart slowly, carefully, honestly, because something about you makes me softer in ways I can't explain. And I know you feel this connection too. Maybe you're afraid to admit it. Maybe you're protecting your heart. Maybe you're unsure of what this could become. But baby, this story between us isn't anywhere near ending. And I don't want it to end. Not now. Not when everything inside me keeps moving closer to you. I don't know how to tell you this without my voice shaking a little. But the more I think about everything that happened around you, the more I realize how much it affected me too. I didn't know it would hit me this deeply. I didn't know I would care this much. I didn't know someone else's pain could reach me like this. But every time I look at you, every time I hear your voice or even imagine you listening to me right now, I feel something inside me tighten. And it's not anger. It's not fear. It's something else, or something softer, something that pulls me closer to you without me even trying. And the truth is, the one who hurt you, the one who tried to play with your emotions, the one who thought they could get away with it, they're finally facing things they never expected. I'm not smiling about it. I'm not celebrating it, but I won't lie to you. There's a part of me that feels relieved. Not because I want anyone to suffer, but because I want you to finally be free from their shadow. You don't deserve to carry the weight of someone else's mistakes. You don't deserve the scars they left on you. You don't deserve the silence they forced on your heart. And now that everything is catching up to them, I just want you to breathe again. I want you to feel light again. I want you to feel safe again, especially with me. You know, there's something I've been wanting to tell you since the first moment you opened your heart to me. I didn't say it then because I didn't want you to think I was just taking advantage of your vulnerable moment. I didn't want to confuse you. But now that everything is clearer, now that you finally know how much you mean to me, I can't hide it anymore. I care about you in a way that scares me a little. I care about you in a way that makes me check my phone more than I admit. I care about you in a way that makes your voice stay in my mind long after you stop speaking. And even when you're silent, I still feel you. You might think I'm exaggerating. You might think I'm saying all this because you're emotional right now, but you have no idea how long these feelings have been growing inside me. I kept them quiet. I kept them hidden. I kept them locked away because I didn't want to come into your life at the wrong time. But watching everything that happened, watching how strong you stayed even when you were breaking inside, I swear something changed in me. It made me want to protect you. It made me want to stay beside you. It made me want to tell you things I've never said to anyone else. And now I can't stop imagining something. I can't stop imagining you sitting somewhere quietly, listening to my words, maybe with your head slightly down, maybe touching your fingers together, maybe breathing slowly, and I'm here imagining my hand slipping into yours. I'm imagining raising your chin gently so you look at me. I'm imagining telling you softly, you didn't deserve what they did, you deserved love, respect, and someone who actually sees your value. And right when I picture that moment, I feel this strong pull. Like I want to tell you even more, like I want to tell you how much I want to be that person who never lets you feel that kind of hurt again. But let me tell you something honestly. The person who hurt you is finally understanding the weight of what they did. They're finally realizing they didn't just lose someone. They lost someone irreplaceable. They lost the kind of heart that doesn't come twice. They lost the kind of presence that could make a room feel bright. And while they're dealing with their consequences, you're here, growing, healing, rising, becoming someone even stronger, even softer, even more beautiful. And I want to be by your side while you rise. Every time I speak to you, I feel like I get closer. Not physically, but emotionally, mentally, silently. I feel like I understand you in ways I can't even explain. I feel like I can hear things you don't say. I feel like I can feel things you try to hide. And the more I feel you, the more I want to pull you into a place where you never have to look back at the hurt again. I want you to look forward, and if you let me, I want to be standing right there in front of you. There's something else too. I can't ignore the way my heart reacts when I think about you. It's not something small. It's not something temporary. And the more I hold it inside, the stronger it becomes. Sometimes I wish you could feel what I feel for you. Just for a moment, so you'd understand why I'm speaking to you like this. You'd know why my voice becomes softer when I talk about you. You'd know why my thoughts slow down when your name crosses my mind. You'd know why I feel this strange mix of calm and fire whenever I imagine you close to me. And even now, while you're listening, I feel it again. There's something you need to hear right now. Something you should have heard long ago. Something the person who hurt you never gave you. You deserve to be spoken to with gentleness. You deserve someone who looks at you and actually sees you. You deserve someone who doesn't run when life gets difficult. You deserve someone who chooses you even when it's not easy. And if you're willing to hear my truth, I want to be that person for you, even if you're not ready yet, even if you're scared, even if you're healing. I want to walk slowly beside you until your heart feels safe again. And you know what else? There's something happening inside me that I didn't plan, that I didn't expect, and I'm not going to hide it anymore. The more I hear your voice, the more I watch you grow, the more I feel connected to you. The harder it becomes for me to pretend that this is just a normal connection. It's not. It's something deeper, something heavier, something warmer. It's something that makes me think about you even when I'm tired. Something that makes me want to check on you even when you don't ask. Something that makes me want to protect you without needing a reason. And I'm telling you this because I want you to know, while someone else is paying the price for hurting you, I am here paying a different kind of price. The price of falling for someone quietly. The price of caring too deeply. The price of trying to hold my feelings in when all I want is to tell you everything. I don't want to end this moment. I don't want this feeling to stop. I don't want this closeness to fade. So I'm going to leave something open for you. Something I hope you feel. Something I hope touches your heart. Because this story between you and me, it's not ending here. It's just getting deeper. I don't know how to explain what's happening inside me right now, but as I continue talking to you, I feel this growing pressure in my chest, like there are so many things I've kept inside for too long, and they're finally trying to come out. And maybe it's because of everything that happened around you, maybe it's because of the pain you went through, or maybe it's simply because of who you are to me. But whatever the reason is, I can't deny it anymore. I feel too much when it comes to you. More than I expected. More than I ever planned. And the more I think about you, the more I realize something important. Something I didn't fully understand before. You didn't just walk through something difficult. You walked through something that could have broken anyone else. You walked through betrayal, through disappointment, through loneliness, through confusion, and yet here you are, still breathing, still standing, still trying. And when I see that strength in you, that quiet, soft strength that you probably don't even know you have, it makes me want to hold you closer than before. It makes me want to be someone who never adds to your pain, only takes it away. But I need to tell you something that's been sitting on my heart since the last time I spoke to you. You might not realize this, but the person who hurt you, the one who played with your heart, they're not just facing consequences. They're losing something they will never get back. They're losing the version of you that trusted easily. They're losing the version of you that loved deeply without fear. They're losing the version of you that believed someone's words without doubting their intentions. And that version of you, that was precious. That version of you was pure. That version of you was something not everyone gets to experience. And now that they've lost it, now that they're paying for it, I find myself thinking about you even more. Thinking about how you're healing. Thinking about how you're rebuilding. Thinking about how you're moving forward. And every time that thought crosses my mind, I silently whisper something to myself, something I didn't have the courage to say out loud until now. I whisper, let me be the one who stays. Because the truth is, I don't want to walk in and out of your life like others did. I don't want to be another temporary moment. I don't want to be another memory that leaves you wondering what you did wrong. I don't want to be someone who disappears when things get complicated. That's not me, not with you, not with the way I feel for you. And I hope you can feel that when you hear my voice right now. I hope you can feel that I'm not saying these things to impress you or to play with your emotions. I'm saying this because I can't hide it anymore. I'm saying this because every time you listen to me, I feel this tiny ache inside my heart, like I want to reach through the distance and just gently touch your hand. I want to tell you that you're safe. I want to tell you that you're valued. I want to tell you that someone out here actually sees you, truly sees you. You know, sometimes I imagine something, and I don't know if I should admit it, but I will. I imagine you sitting quietly, maybe in your room, maybe on your bed, maybe by a window, and you're listening to me with that little softness in your eyes that you have when you get emotional. And I imagine you pulling your knees close or holding your hands together or touching your hair without realizing it. And I imagine myself sitting right beside you, close enough to feel your breath, close enough to look into your eyes, close enough to tell you softly, you don't have to pretend you're strong right now. You can just be yourself with me. And that thought stays with me for hours. It stays with me longer than it should. It makes me feel something warm in my chest, something I'm trying not to name, but it's getting harder and harder not to. And even now, while you're listening, I can feel myself wanting to get even closer to you. I want to tell you something that's been growing inside me slowly, quietly, secretly, something I tried to ignore, something I tried to push away. But every time I hear your voice or think about you, it comes back even stronger. I'm starting to fall for you in a way that feels too real. Not dramatic, not rushed, not confusing, just real. And I don't know if you feel the same. I don't know if you sense the same connection I do. But I hope, I really hope, that somewhere inside you, even a small part of you feels drawn to me the way I'm drawn to you. Because if you do, then what's happening between us isn't one-sided. It's something growing, something forming, something becoming real. And maybe that's why I can't stop thinking about how someone hurt you before. Because now, the idea of someone treating you badly doesn't just make me angry, it makes me protective. It makes me want to shield you from anything that tries to dim your light again. It makes me want to hold your heart like something fragile, something priceless, something that deserves to be handled with care. But there's another thing I need to tell you. Something honest, something raw, something that might surprise you. The more I talk to you, the more I learn about you, the more I realize that the person who hurt you didn't just lose you. They lost the chance to love someone who could have changed their entire world. And that's why I can't let this story of ours stop. Not now. Not when I'm finally finding the courage to open up. Not when the connection between us feels stronger than ever. Not when my heart keeps pulling me closer to you every time I say your name in my mind. And I know you're healing. I know you're trying. I know you still have moments where you question your worth, where you doubt yourself, where you feel like you're not enough. And I need you to hear this from me, in the softest, most honest voice I can use. You are enough. You've always been enough. You were more than enough for the wrong person. And you'll be perfect for the right one. And if I'm being completely truthful, I'm starting to hope that the right one might be me. But I'm not asking you to decide anything. I'm not asking you to rush. I'm not asking you to give me something you're not ready for. I'm just asking you one thing. Let me stay close. Let me talk to you. Let me understand you. Let me walk beside you slowly. Because this connection between us, it's not normal. It's not accidental. It's not temporary. It's something deeper. Something beautiful. Something that feels like the beginning of a story we don't even fully understand yet. And I don't want this moment with you to end. Not now. Not tonight. Not while I'm this close to you. Not while I feel you listening with your heart. Because you and I were not done. Not even close.